Hi, my name's Andy Holmes, mountain bike product manager here at Felt Bicycles in lovely Las Vegas Dirt Demo 2010. Here to talk to you today about the Felt mountain bike line. This year we introduced a new suspension platform called Edict, featuring what we call fast suspension technology, Felt Active Stay technology. We basically went out and designed ourselves what we feel is probably one of the fastest suspension bikes on the planet. Mike Deschamps, our head of suspension engineering, was able to bring that bike down to 1,800 grams for the frame alone. Basically, it was designed in tandem with our World Cup races and our domestic US races to basically be what we feel is like the ultimate cross-country racer. There's two bikes in the line, Edict LTD and Edict Pro. Edict LTD actually features a full SRAM XX Grupo, retails for $89.99 and sub 21 pounds. You actually see that out in the World Cup circuit worldwide under the Felt X Bionic team for next year. So this is actually our other new suspension model for 2011. We basically took our Virtue, which is our original suspension platform, and redeveloped it, fine-tuned a couple of the suspension components, but the biggest thing is actually the new carbon fiber frame. Pretty much we knew going into this model year that we wanted to make, again, one of the best bikes that we could, one of the lightest, fastest bikes in this category. We came out with another inside-out dynamic monocoque constructed frame. Dynamic monocoque is basically how we construct the frame in multiple pieces and then they're dropped back into the mold. This allows us to fine-tune the internal structure. It allows us to play around with a lot of the details normally if you make a full monocoque frame you just can't do. It allows us to make a lighter, stiffer, stronger, faster bike. Other cool features, adjustable travel on the rear. That in tandem with a lightweight 120mm fork gives you pretty much the ultimate light trail bike. This is the kind of bike that you could go out and quite happily race a 24-hour race on still, but on the other end of things, dropping into the 130mm travel section, it basically doesn't adjust the actual geometry of the bike, but it actually enables you to drop deeper into that travel. So when you get into more technical, nastier trails, you can play around with the way that the bike handles. For 2011, we actually expanded our 29er line. So this year, not only do we have our high-end carbon frames, our high-end alloy frames still, we also have some entry-level models as well to hit some cooler price points, more entry-level price points now that the market is shifting over from 26 to 29er kind of riders. So when people are actually finding the benefits of the 29-inch wheel. So 9 Elite, custom component colors, cool spokes, a lot of custom details on there that make this bike really pop and really stand out on the shop floor. And you'll actually see, hopefully, a lot of these out on the trail, and they're just that little bit different to be a very cool and unique looking bike. New bike this year, it's actually our 9 Sport. Shares exactly the same frame geometry as all of the other 9 models in the either carbon or the alloy higher end models. The only difference is we actually added in a 100mm fork. This actually slackens out the head angle by ½ degree, lifts the BB a little bit. Nice thing about that is more entry-level consumer we actually found is probably going to be looking for something a little bit more sedate handling. Not to say that this is slow and sluggish, it's just not as fast and crisp handling as our carbon fiber and high-end alloy models. Going from our new 9 Sport at $899. We also have another new model sharing the same frame, but a different component spec, which is actually our 9 Elite. Same frame geometry with a really cool Suntour fork with 100mm of travel. Full 8-speed drivetrain on there. Where the 9 Sport has hydraulic brakes, this one has mechanical brakes. 9-speed on the 9 Sport versus 8-speed on the 9 Trail. Handling and overall ride characteristics are almost identical. The only difference really being that one gear. You get the premium componentry on the 9 Sport. The 9 Elite though, same handling, WTB tires, a lot of the small components are identical. just to give that entry-level consumer who a few years ago would have been drawn to buying a 26-inch wheel bike, now they have the option of buying a good, solid, entry-level, do-everything 29er. Even though we've introduced plenty of new 29ers at the more entry-level price points, we still haven't forgotten the 26-inch category. We do 3 bikes for 2011, Q720, Q620 and Q520. Those are bikes that we had this year, but moving into 2011, we actually made a few subtle changes to them. Basically, keep them on that front edge of where all the manufacturers are, and basically come out with a little cooler kind of style, a little cooler design to hit the market a little better. Q720 uses a really light double-butted frame, very cool hydroform tubes, and really nice RockShox Tourer on the front with a full 9-speed drivetrain and hydraulic disc brakes. When we drop down to the Q620, which is the bike right here, we have a RockShox Dart with turnkey lockout on it, 9-speed drivetrain with Diori rear derailleur, nice lightweight components, all felt branded parts, so we work actually quite hard inside felt to actually reduce the weight of some of these parts. We don't just buy something off the shelf in Taiwan. We actually go out and work with the vendors to actually make better quality components. $699 basically gets you a hydraulic disc brake equipped bike, cool component package on there, so everything's designed to be more premium than you would normally expect at this price point. Q520, our entry-level 26-inch wheel hardtail for 2011. It's a bike we've had in our line for a few years now. This is a frame we actually developed a couple of years ago. It's actually shared with the Q620. Quite radically hydroform tubes, very cool top tube, very cool seat stay design on these bikes. Basically allows us to make a very lightweight frame that's still very, very stiff but very stylish as well. And again, it's designed to actually be very at home on the trails, not just as a cool bike to be riding around town on. This is a very serious mountain bike. Introduced last year, we had a model called the Q24. Good entry-level, do-everything kids mountain bike. Again, it was designed with geometry which was very capable of being ridden on a trail. Kids trying to keep up with his parents, riding one of the other Q models or any of the other models. It's a good start, a good way to get into the Felt family of bicycles. Lightweight frame, good 7-speed drivetrain, 3 rings at the front, giving you 21 gears, $349. New this year is our Versa City line. We actually have had a model line called X-City for a few years. For 2011, we actually have redeveloped all of these bikes and are actually under a new umbrella category called Versa. Versa basically standing for versatile. What's nice about this is we're eventually going to develop this into more urban hybrids. We'll actually have more trail bikes, like a traditional US style hybrid. And then on top of that, we've got the city bikes, which you see in front of you right here. Designed to be good entry-level commuters up to our higher-end models with lightweight IGH hubs. Versa City 3, stripped down, bare to the bones, good bike for someone who's walking into a shop looking at a bike to get to work on, car replacement, something you can use day in, day out, and leave locked out in the rain. Can be equipped with fenders, with racks, but the stripped down version at $529, Versa City 3, has a good solid 24-speed drivetrain. The fork and the frame are all equipped so you can mount lowrider rack on the front, a Basta style lock at the back, and all of the relevant braze-ons that you can use to mount racks and fenders on there. Only difference from the Versa City 2 frame is the addition of an internal gear hub at the back, which basically requires us to use an eccentric bottom bracket. Nice thing about that is very reliable, very abusable. We use mechanical disc brakes. Main reason for that is, again, these bikes are going to be locked outside in the rain. I mean, you want a bike that you can just jump on, ride anywhere. We use an Alfine rear hub for that same reason. Very well sealed, very, very reliable and very smooth. I mean, there's very little loss to efficiency you get on some internal gear hubs. We also custom designed all the fenders and the racks for these bikes. They're actually going to be available aftermarket also, so someone who buys the entry-level model, or maybe the middle model, who wants to fine-tune some of the parts, can buy all those components. Again, the frames are designed with all of the rack mounts, all lock mounts, so top to bottom someone can equip it pretty much anywhere they want. Price points go $529 for the Versa City 3. The Versa City 2 is $699, and right up on the top you got the $1099 for the Versa City 1.